Hello and welcome to I Am Geek. This is episode 228, and this is I Am Disney / Star Wars, I guess, because basically we're talking about Disney, but it has to do with Star Wars, but it's at Disney World. So it's one of those weird multiverse things, I guess. I don't know. It's Disney Star Wars night because it has happened. The day is here. Everybody buckle up. The Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser has set its maiden voyage. They've gone off in space. They've boldly gone where no one has gone before. I know, I did that on purpose. I know, I'm just kidding. Somebody,
technically, it looks more like
Star Trek. Yeah, a little bit. You know, somebody is going to dress in full Star Trek and go on this thing just because they can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's stopping them, I guess.
Somebody's already dressed up as the Doctor from Doctor Who. Yeah. And he said that his TARDIS took him there, and he played out the whole couple days as the Doctor. I saw it on
as well
on the website or on Facebook.
Nothing, no rules against that.
Yeah. And I saw somebody in complete armor, like Mandalorian armor. So I'm like, if I ever get to go on this thing.
I saw that Dano was dressing like a pilot, so
yes,
X-Wing pilot. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
This is the funny thing. Mm-hmm. I guess we're just diving right into this.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 of our. No, 5. Yeah, at least 5 of our guests that we've had on the show have already been or are currently on the Galactic Starcruiser right now.
Amazing.
You know what that tells you? Mm. The guests we've had, top dollar guests.
That's right. We pay them a bunch to be on
here. Yeah. All that money we paid them, and they went there.
Yeah. No, but they a lot of them. Well, not a lot. Actually, no, not a lot of them. Just a couple of them were invited to come on.
Yeah, I mean, some of these that you're talking about are YouTubers, right? Yeah. So they need content, and some of them are hosted.
Yeah. Dano paid his way. He paid his own way. Yeah. Jen Novotny from the Main Street Electrical podcast. I usually say it different, like they do.
I was going to say, you didn't say it.
Jen Novotny! From Main Street. She's on there right now, her and her husband. And she was I saw a video, she was taking part in the fashion show. They did a fashion runway on there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We're going to get into all of this. And then Tim Tracker was invited to the media day. They had a media day where they had an influencer thing where they got to say the whole time, and then they had a medium day where they got there to go for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
So Tim got booted to the media day for some reason.
Oh,
and then TikTokers got to go on the big thing. But yeah,
because TikTok's the end thing now.
I guess. I mean, even we've got TikTok.
Even I Am Geeks on TikTok.
Yeah. Which, we got some TikToks blowing up. They've well over 100.
Chickadee talkity. Yeah.
So my new Kyber crystals on there, and my new Tusken Raider inspired lightsabers on there that I made. Anyways, you can check that out. I'm Geek Show on TikTok. Before we get banned or whatever.
I need to add that to our website.
Yeah,
it doesn't have a link to it on there.
We're hip. We're cool. We're happening.
Yes.
Yeah. 40-year-old dudes, all hip and cool.
Speaking of hip and cool, I made a meme. That's cool, right?
What?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. We'll get back to Starcruiser, but this is related, sort of. Because I realized, I don't know why I haven't thought about this before, but I realized that Anakin Skywalker was 45 when he died. And then that made me feel really old because I looked at what he looks like. I'm like, oh gosh, well, I guess I look better than that. But
I look about the same, and he's 5 years older than me.
He was also badly burned.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the actor that got to play him for the Unmasking in Return of the Jedi, I think he was like in his 70s. So they didn't plan that out very well, I guess.
Yeah, the prequels weren't quite out yet. So
yeah. So that just tells you that in the Star Wars universe that you age very rapidly.
It's a different galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because like if you look at Obi-Wan, if you look at Aunt and Uncle or Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen, they did not age well on the Hot Sons of Tatooine.
There's two sons.
Yeah,
two sons.
Yeah, it's gonna age you.
Yeah, double the.
You're gonna be leather by the time you're like 16. Like,
yeah, I think so. God. But check out that little Darth Vader Anakin Skywalker little meme I made. It's on our Facebook group. It's on our Instagram. I'm Geek Show. I'm just plugging all our stuff right now. Get that out of the way. Oh boy, look at there.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Let's. Do we want to dive into all things Galactic Starcruiser, or do you want to talk about the other Disney news first, or say that?
Why don't we talk the other Disney news real quick, and then we can talk the rest of the time the Halcyon.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy. What's the ride's official title? I don't even know.
Guardians of the Galaxy Galactic Rewind.
Yeah. Oh, they like to use a galactic. This is the second thing they have galactic in.
The hip thing,
right? The hip word. Is opening Memorial Day.
Yeah. Which that was at first thought to be a leaked information from somebody, right? And I think it was intentional. I don't know. They made it look like it wasn't, but I'm sure it was.
Yeah, probably.
It's kind of like Tom Holland's the whole thing with him. Like I'm pretty sure that's all staged.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Well, think about all that publicity that those stunts get.
Oh yeah.
When that stuff happens, it's like everybody's talking about it, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you want as a brand. So
yeah.
I think
that's true.
Intentional. Could be wrong.
Yeah. So Memorial Day. That's May.
The end of May. 26th, 27th, something
like that. Yeah. Which I'll be there like May 4th. Like, bump it.
It won't be with you on that day.
No.
I mean, have to go back sometime. Great.
Yeah.
It looks like a ride though that is going to make me very nauseous.
It spins around. You can go 360 degrees. So.
Oh yeah, nausea.
Yeah.
I think that's why they got rid of the primeval twirl thing, because they're like, well, this ride does that too. We can't have two rides that do
I thought they got rid of that one because it was literally about to kill people.
Well, I read or I heard that the reason they got rid of it was because it was so expensive to fix. Like it was always breaking down, and all the parts were hard to get. So they're like, screw this, we can't fix this anymore. So
yeah,
this one should be easy to fix then. Yeah, problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problems. No
problems.
So it's probably gonna be one of those rides I'll ride it once and be like, oh, that was really cool, but it made me sick. Like the Harry Potter, one of the Harry Potter rides does that to me.
The indoor one did that to me last time, but
Green Dots.
Yeah, the problem, like when you're the one that flies through the castle, like that.
Yeah, one. That one. That's the one that.
Gosh, that one got me last time too, but it was also because I was having to wear a mask inside as I was doing it, so there's like no air coming in. I'm just like, oh no.
It got me without a mask. You're on that arm thing, and it's just like all over the place, and you're just like, whoa. Tower of Terror, or not Tower of Terror, the Galaxy, not Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy Tower of Terror version thing. I forget the name of it in Disneyland.
It's fine, yeah.
Or California Adventure. It got me bad.
Oh, really?
Oh, it made me so sick, so nauseous, which it made my wife upset because she says, as soon as we got off that, she's like, let's go ride the roller coaster. And I'm like, oh, I can't. She's like, why not? You're ruining the trip. I'm like, I can't. Sorry. I will vomit on you.
Suck it up.
Let's suck it up.
So what's interesting about that ride too is that will be the second ride within recent time that we've had another ride in Epcot. So that'll be two new rides. So right now you have to get a special lightning lane pass, right, for if you want to get onto the Ratatouille ride quicker, right? So that one will probably switch to Genie Plus, and then this will be the one that you have to get the special pass that you pay for.
Probably. They switched some.
There'll be a change.
They switched some Genie Plus rides.
Yeah,
recently, like Space Mountain.
There's a bunch that were previously where you had to pay extra, and then now they're just regular Genie Plus, and through August right now.
That's it. August, September, somewhere in
there.
Yeah. It was helpful at Disneyland, the Genie Plus.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed reviews about it. Sure. I haven't done it at Disney World, so I don't know. I have seen the lines for the lightning lane have been pretty crazy.
Well, any of the lines. That was one thing I wrote down is like Disney has been, or Walt Disney World has been busier than normal at this time of the year, right? It's usually end of January, February. It's not as busy, but it's been the crowds have been crazy from what I've read. Which is surprising because everything's getting more expensive and everybody's complaining about it, but they're still going. You know?
I think it's because everybody was trapped inside for so long.
Yeah.
They're just like, we're going. I don't care the money. We're going. I don't care.
I know. Not spend any money in 2 years. Let's go.
Yeah. No money at all.
Which is why probably Disney was like, you know what, we could charge for the Galactic Starcruiser because all these people that have been trapped inside are gonna want to come be trapped inside of our place for 2 days.
They won't even think about the fact that
they're trapped inside.
So much. They're trapped inside.
We're gonna talk about
not really going anywhere.
Let's go to prison.
Hey, Star Wars prison, pretty cool. You've seen what's in Star Wars prisons. Princess Leia.
Not really.
Yeah,
in A New Hope, she was in the prison.
One time.
Yeah, the one time.
Well, didn't live there.
Well, then she was sort of in prison with Jabba.
Now it's Benicio del Toro, and like that's who you're stuck with now. You don't want to be stuck with him.
I don't want to be stuck in The Last Jedi.
No, see that's the prison they have now.
No. Anyways, I think is there any other park news? I know there probably is.
There's no masks that happened.
No mask,
pretty recently, at least on inside and outside. But on rides or transportation, you still have to wear them. Which I've heard some people say they think those will be gone by the end of this month. So
they've changed on the cruises too coming up. I think after March, like it's optional in various areas.
Do you think we're going to keep coming back to Starcruiser before we get there? Do you think the Starcruiser played into that?
Possibly, because that
Possibly.
Yeah, because you know how crappy of an experience is it to do those things inside with a mask on, right? Like
and
even
the characters, like you wouldn't if they didn't have if they had the mask islands, you couldn't be near the characters,
right? And you wouldn't see their reactions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it'd be really weird on the Greedo looking one.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
That is amazing. I'm just gonna say. You can hug characters now at Disney. Is it Disneyland or sorry?
Yeah,
that's in the
Disneyland. I did see.
Or
that.
was
I
it
saw
Paris?
Paris?
I thought it was Paris.
I saw it at Disneyland Paris. Yeah. So,
some little girl just got about tackled for trying to hug Pooh. Do you see that?
You should be tackled. For trying to hug Pooh.
The mom was like, "Hey, there's Pooh Bear," and she started running, and the mom was like, "No," and she's like, and then this cast member just like runs from behind Pooh and just like gets right in front and like shoos the girl away.
The moment I've been training for.
You got this.
Yes. Do it. Wait for it.
Who is mine?
Oh man. Anyways, I think that's all. I mean, there's a lot of new foods. The Flower and Garden Festival has started, which looks fun. Did you see the promo for the Flower and Garden Festival? It was the creepiest thing. They had a Elsa, but it was a topiary Elsa, but it was a person in a topiary Elsa suit. It was the stuff of nightmares. Yes, it was the stuff of nightmares. And she was like looking through the trees, the vines and stuff, and like sitting at this weird table or something like that. And it's like
not Pennywise, right?
Well, you would think it was like a commercial for a horror movie. You'll have to look it up later.
Yeah, maybe you should just let it go though, Ryan.
I don't know.
You can't hold her back anymore.
I guess maybe I'll understand when I'm older. Too. I don't know. All I know is we don't talk about Bruno. That's all I know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Everybody else does. Dadgummit.
Yeah, geez, everybody's talking about Bruno.
Oh, that was so February. It's March now.
That's right. And soon on Disney Plus, Turning Red will be coming out next weekend.
Yeah,
it's
the all big about red pandas right now.
Yeah, I guess.
But there's a big controversy with that movie, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not going to theaters at all. It's just going straight to Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, Disney's just turning Pixar into their Disney Plus.
Well, they don't want people to be like, they're like, people are just coming back to the theaters, so we don't want to emotionally scar them at the theater so they don't come back to the theater. So just put it at home so they're emotionally scarred at home.
Yeah, because I'm wary because all the trailers are like, oh, it's a happy, funny movie, ha ha ha,
until everyone dies,
Red Panda, until like death, destruction,
man,
and she gets trapped in something that's gonna like burn her alive, and she accepts it.
I'm right there with you. I think Pixar. Just if you translate it, it means disturbing images or something. I don't know. They're all disturbing. They're all cause emotional damage. So I don't know. I'll probably read the reviews on it first, then read a synopsis, and then read the script of the movie before I watch it.
Make sure no animals die, no children die.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, looking back at Disney movies, I wonder, like, what was the first conversation where they're like, you know what? We should have at least one parent die in every movie. That sounds good. Yeah, that's at least one, if not more.
I think it's just an unwritten rule. It's just kind of.
I guess so.
They like to kill parents.
Or some of them just don't have. They only have one parent, right? That's a common theme too, right? They just have the mother or the father or whatever.
Because the other one's dead.
Broken homes.
Anyways, another Disney Plus news. This one can go in two categories: Disney and Marvel.
Yes,
because Marvel shows from Netflix are coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah, and they're editing out all the violence, and
so each episode will be like 5 minutes long.
Situations, they're just like 5-minute long episodes.
Yeah. Are they going to edit out stuff?
You won't even know that Matt Murdock is a vigilante because it'll just be all the scenes of him just as a lawyer. So it's just like I like that lawyer show.
Yeah, that's a good lawyer show.
Along with these shows, so Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Defenders, Punisher, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is probably the most non-crazy of them all. Those are all coming with new parental control features.
Oh. Yes.
So whatever that means. Because they already have you can set up a kid account, right? But I guess it's easy enough. All you have to do is switch over to the other one. I don't think it's that hard to switch back and forth, but
it's got a retina,
have a Roku.
Retina scan.
Yeah, retina scan.
Yes.
Their TV opens up. You got to do like it'll take some blood for DNA sample.
Mom, I need some of your blood. Why? I want to watch The Punisher. It's funny though when Disney Plus first started, they were all like gung ho, like it's all going to be family friendly. If we have adult themed stuff, it's going to be on Hulu. Blah blah blah. This is how it's going to be. There were certain, like even the Lizzie McGuire show they were going to do. They're like, sorry, this is too adult themed. And I'm like, you're telling me you can put The Punisher on there, but you couldn't put Lizzie McGuire in her 30s?
Yeah, but I think they realized that people aren't going to stay forever just for these few things. So it's like, well, I guess we can do it.
Yeah, I really wish they would have waited to do Boba Fett now.
Well, they cut somebody in half.
Still,
and cut his head off
without the crime. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's not what the show is about. We're not going to get into this right now. I understand the show. I understand what they're going for. It may have not been perfect.
Too. It's just,
but I enjoyed it. I would watch it again. Bantha. Anyway. All right, so all that's when is that coming?
That's coming. The Marvel shows are coming March 16th. So
wow,
a couple weeks,
soon.
Very soon. Mm-hmm. Then at the end of the month we have Moon Knight, which
I'm so excited.
Promises to be weird, so that's good.
I love the Mr. Knight costume. That Mr. Knight costume is so cool.
Yeah, that's nice. That's like, and even in the comics, like that costume looked really cool. When I saw that the first time, I was like, "Oh, they should always dress him like that. That's a cool costume."
And it doesn't look too hard to make, really. I'm not going to, but that would be a cool one. That'd be cool.
And then later in May, we have Chippendale Rescue Rangers. May 20th. And then Obi-Wan.
Oh, really, Chris?
I know.
I'm torn on that one.
I think it's going to be funny.
I like Chippendale Rescue Rangers, but then it just, I don't know, the look of it, like
the 3D surgery or whatever is hilarious.
Basically, the good, I mean,
it's Roger Rabbit.
They bought Fox, so they got the rigs from Alvin and the Chipmunks, so they can use them in Chippendale Rescue. Because Dale looks just. Yeah, they called me up and like, "Hey, we need."
You had them in your closet.
And we use these.
Sure, go ahead. I'm not using them.
I mean, it looks like Roger Rabbit to me. I mean, like a
not as good.
2020. You don't know. We don't know.
I don't know.
That line, the 3D line,
2D though, right?
Yeah.
This is 2D and 3D and live action.
Well, they're doing 3D to make it look like 2D.
Oh, well, whatever.
There might be some 2D in there, but it's like Chip is, well, Dale's, of course, the realistic 3D or whatever.
It's hilarious.
Realistic. But, or Dale is, yeah, but Chip is a 3D render to look 2D, and that looks bad to me, too.
What's Roger Rabbit?
I'd have to. I didn't pay too much attention.
He's in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there might be some actual just straight 2D stuff in there, but I think they're mostly going.
I thought you'd be excited for it.
When I watched it, I was like, It's like the what was it, the last thing that was in the trailer made me laugh. I don't even remember what it was. That's how much it stuck with me.
Yeah, exactly. The thing that stuck out to me the most though was the voices. It's just
so
weird.
Yeah, the voices
really
like
threw it off.
I understand it's supposed to be like later on, but you always think of Chippendale as Chippendale with tiny voices, right?
I mean, they got some good named actors for the Alvin and the Chipmunks, but they changed it to make them sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Right.
They just raised the octave, and they could have easily have done that for this, and they didn't.
And they probably explained
it's like star power.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure they have some explanation in it.
I don't know. Maybe when they're on set,
it's auto-tuned voices.
Yeah. But it really threw it off. Like, watching it.
Okay, now we know weird. Chris is not excited about seeing that and probably won't watch it. Okay.
I'll probably watch it just because
for the nostalgic reason.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'll give it a shot, but the trailer didn't excite me. Like, yeah. I mean, I got it for free on there because I was already paying for the.
I'm sure the kids will want to watch it here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids will want to watch it. Yeah, I'll probably watch it with the kids.
Oh, I know what made me laugh. It was they went to some section of town where it was like really bad animation. And they're talking to like a guy that looks like a dwarf, like from like a video game, and he's just staring off into space.
Stared off.
Yes,
and they're like,
yes, I know what you're talking about.
Are you talking to us? Like, it doesn't look like you're talking to us.
We're down here.
We're down here. He's like, I'm staring right at you. And,
yes,
but it's also the voice for him, the actor. I can't. The Pineapple Express guy. I can't think of his name.
Yeah. Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
There you go.
Yeah. And I'm
tired
of hearing him. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing him in animation.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. It's the only jobs he can get right now, I guess. All right.
So, and then the last thing was Obi-Wan is coming out May 25th.
I can't wait.
So that's around Memorial Day as well. So you have to choose: do you go ride the Galactic Rewind, or do you go watch Obi-Wan?
I'll be watching Obi-Wan because I won't be at Disney World. Solves that.
All of that, bro.
I wish I was going to be at Star Wars Celebration then. That would be fun. But
yeah, it would.
It would. I mean, I'll probably be seeing Doctor Strange while I'm at Disney, maybe. Multiverse. Because I think it comes out when I'm there, so might as well see it at Disney.
Oh, it's madness.
Man.
It's mad.
So angry.
Madness.
All right.
So mad.
Which some more stuff has come out about that, but we can talk about that another day.
That's for another day.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Starcruiser. It's Star Wars. It's Disney.
Ooh.
Disney's version of Star Wars, I guess. That's really how to describe it. It's Disney's version of Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah. Nothing like Star Wars.
Well,
it is like Star
Wars.
Is. They say the word Star Wars in there somewhere. I'm sure.
So the first image going into this place.
Here we go.
Is I'm just saying, like the first image you see going up to this hotel is just square concrete building.
Yeah, like a bunker from Star Wars.
Where was there a concrete bunker in Star Wars?
It's all
over the place. What are you talking about?
Everywhere.
Are you sure we're not in Jurassic Park?
No, it's not Jurassic Park. It's Star Wars.
Because it looks like Jurassic Park.
It's very, it's in the comics.
Yeah. What about what's the lady with the big eye goggles and on the newer movies? Maz.
Oh, that has like the
Maz.
Nice like big castle.
Yeah, she's like in love with the Wookiee and.
Yeah, what about her?
She's in. That's a concrete building, kind of, right?
It's like a palace looking.
There you go.
It's got character.
Same thing.
There's no character.
I mean, that part does not bother me because that's not. It's what's on the inside that counts for this thing.
Well, we'll back up a second. So I noticed on the media event that it didn't look like they rode the bus to get there, the transporter, or did they? The one I saw.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Okay, because I saw that today on another video. I was like, oh, I didn't see this before. So that was kind of cool because like you go in to the back of it, but you don't realize you're going into the truck or whatever. Yeah. Well, that one I saw, but this one was
when they go to Batu,
it's like a 10-minute drive.
Oh yeah, it's a box truck. Yeah, they would.
But you don't know it because you just get into it. You don't realize it.
They missed the opportunity for that one. Which we'll get to all this stuff, but they should have had a Rex droid in there, talking to you and stuff.
Yeah,
like in Star Wars.
Yeah,
because it has the front of the box truck. That, when you go and you look at the front, it has one of those window things that look like it would come down.
Yeah, he needs to look behind him.
But they did.
You guys been okay back there?
Everybody okay? They could have brought Pee-wee in. It would have been wonderful. Anyways, okay, so when you get there, you do get to this big concrete building.
And
the Halcyon. It's like the place that takes you up to the Halcyon.
You get the engine, yeah.
Oh, gosh. And you are given a unique magic band, which they don't call it magic bands. They call it something else, data bands or something like that.
No, yeah.
I don't think these are what were planned. Because I think what was planned has not come out yet. So these are the space fillers. Because I think what you're supposed to get for this is the Magic Band Plus or whatever they're calling it. And they don't have those ready yet. Because everything went on. So it's like, here's this regular Magic Band that we've, painted white and put the symbol on it. So I think this is a space holder for it. I mean, they're cool looking. I mean, it's a Magic Band. You give them those, and then you go through security. And I don't know if you guys saw the security flashlight.
Mm-mm.
So when you go through security, they look through your bags and stuff, like at any Disney thing. But the flashlight they use to look through your bag is a lightsaber.
Nice.
and so they pick up this lightsaber and they're like looking through your bags with it. And somebody's like, that's a lightsaber. And they're like, oh, it's on low power, So you can just look through it.
Right.
Yeah, but it looks cool. It's like this little lightsaber that they use for the flashlight. And then there's like when you get there. I mean, this may have just been for the media day because that's really the only footage that we have so far.
Mm-hmm.
Is the
for the most part
the influencers and stuff. There's like a line of cast members, staff waiting to welcome you. And
well, first you got to go onto the little ship.
No, this is outside. No, this is outside.
Oh.
Okay. So they're there to welcome you, give you your magic band, get you through security, make sure your luggage gets taken the right direction, and then in groups. So you have to wait out there in hot sun until your group is called to go into the room, the ship that takes you up to the big ship.
Into you enter Cerebro.
If it's like a summer day and you're standing out there, you'd be like, just open the doors. I get it. We're going up in space. Just open the doors because I want some AC. But it's cool. So you wait for your group to go in, and then you're inside this little like shuttle looking thing with screens, and then you look at the screens and it takes you up into space.
Screens like way up, like on either side. I wish they had done something more like you're getting on like a Star Tours ride.
Yeah.
And it goes up rather than like this like standing room where it's just like you have to like crane your neck up to look.
Well, the concept art, the whole ceiling was supposed to be a screen.
Yeah.
Like in Space 220.
And they used all of it there.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you go up this thing. And then it opens up and you are on the Halcyon, and it opens up and in the influencer videos, there's a line. There's another line of cast members waiting for you to welcome you.
That's like a typical cruise.
Yeah,
going on to a Disney cruise or whatever. There's a line, and they'll introduce like it's the Street Family.
Yeah. We're going what?
Yeah.
And you're in the atrium, basically is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I found funny that the atrium you go in, and then immediately to your left, it looks like is the bridge. I'm like, that's not good security,
right there. No,
it's not good
anybody
security.
can go crash this thing.
Yeah, it looks like you just walk in there.
Anytime I haven't even seen the bridge on a cruise ship. Like they don't let you in there.
Yeah, but there it was.
Right when you
get it would have been a little cooler if the bridge was like. I get why they did it that way, but if the bridge was in its own little spot where you sort of have to find it, you sort of have to.
Well, you would think it'd be up,
go down a hallway.
Yeah,
you'd have to like go up some stairs to like a. Because I mean, in a lot of Star Wars, like the starships, or whatever, the bridge is like up high and this like thing on top and everything.
Rise of the Resistance is kind of that way.
Yeah,
it's up above.
Yeah,
but I did think, when seeing it on video, now seeing it live in person is probably completely different. But on video, I was like, man, that atrium looks a little small. It didn't look like as big as like the concept art. When you're looking at the concept art and you're looking at that, you're like,
oh yeah,
pretty small. But when you're there in person, it could be huge. I don't know.
It's opposite the TARDIS. It's smaller on the inside.
Yeah. But the atrium is basically where all the big story show points happen, and they you're put in muster groups, which not mustard, but muster, which is a cruise thing.
That's basically they bring you and they teach you about the life jackets and what happens and stuff like that. It's the muster drill.
Yeah. And they show you that basically they welcome you there, and you get to meet all the characters roaming around, which looked pretty fun. I mean, the characters are pretty well, their costumes and everything pretty well. I mean, I thought done.
I feel sorry for some of them though, wearing that stuff all day long.
Oh yeah,
every day. Like,
and the thing is, you couldn't the way it's set up, it's not like you can change out with another person, like shift change.
No.
Because it's a long story.
Yeah, so it's just like you're there.
But I mean, that's the way a cruise is, though, right? I mean,
maybe they hired a bunch of twins.
I mean, that is the way a cruise is, sort of. But on a cruise, it doesn't matter what they look like.
They're not in like full makeup and like eye contacts and like having to pretend to be someone else.
The girl that's the Rodian, or I mean, I would be so claustrophobic in that thing all day long.
Now her, they can probably switch out.
Yeah, like it's for sure. Yeah. But she looked cool though, and it's like her mask. She looks like Greedo for those that don't know. Female Greedo. And her facial features all move. Her mouth opens and closes. She's talking in the different language, so you don't understand what she's saying. She's probably cussing you out or something. Yeah. And then the rest of there's a musician guy who is trying to make it big, in the galaxy. And I did notice that for the influencer cruise or whatever, he's just wearing like a toboggan, stocking hat, whatever you want to call it, from wherever you are. We call them toboggans.
Not a sled.
Knit hat. And then in other things that I've seen for like the paying people, he's in the full, for those, to make it easier for people, Ahsoka head dress.
Okay.
That type.
Head tails.
And he wasn't. Well,
nice head tails.
Head tails would be more like the leaky. So I don't know, but then I saw a picture today of somebody there, and he was back in the stocking cap. So I don't know if they're just having problems with that prosthetic thing, and they keep, or if it's like the person playing him can choose whether they want to wear it or not. I don't know.
Sure, why not?
But it's always the same dude, so they should stay with the story. He either has it or he doesn't. Because he's there to make music and find love.
Oh, does he ever find love though?
Spoilers?
I ain't going.
Yes, he finds love.
Oh,
it's the Greedo character.
Oh, that's good.
I guess.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways. So you're there. They tell you that if you hear an alarm goes off and there's red lights, that means a story event or something's about to happen. Get to your muster stations. Blah, blah, blah. If you hear alarms with white lights, that means there's an actual emergency, and scream and run for your life. Which I'm glad they did that. Like, if they're going to do that, I'm glad they tell you up front, this is a real emergency. This is a fake emergency. Because could you imagine, like, if you're there and you're sensitive to that kind of stuff or whatever, and you would be losing your mind.
What if you're colorblind? You're just like,
then you're just
flashing lights. You're just like,
You're screwed, I guess. I don't know.
So speaking of those alarms, I thought it was interesting that they interrupted the meal on the media event.
Yes.
It's like they're sitting there like trying to eat their dessert, and like, what? And it looked like a real alarm the way it was going. I was kind of just watching it on the side, and I was like, "What is happening?"
Did you watch Tim Tracker's media thing?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
His was hilarious. Like, they did that with his. He's like, and now let's try this dessert. And he's zooming on. He's like, yeah, and he's looking at it, and they're like, get out of here! And he's like, hold on. He goes, yep, that's dessert, and he runs out. But he's funny. He's walking around with this camera, and he's like, oh, look, there's a charging port for phones right there, and like random stuff. While everybody else is like into the story, everything's going on. He's like, oh, look at there. There's a place to plug in your phone. So that was funny.
Yeah.
Then after that, well, you get taken to your room before that, I guess. The rooms are small, but I mean, how much time are you going to spend in your room at this thing? It's like on a cruise. It's not like, they're small, but they're not too bad.
They could have made it a little.
You're only there for 2 nights, right? So.
Yeah, 2 nights, and from what I've watched and read so far, literally the only time you're in your room is either to change your clothes or to sleep at night, and that's it, because they have stuff going on the entire time. Now, the suite is way bigger.
Oh, of course.
Sure, yeah.
Which is a good size. It even has a secret passage door in it that you can crawl, like it's on the ground, and you can open it up and crawl through, and it takes you into the next room. So it's like for kids and stuff.
Oh.
Or people like me. People like me.
You get stuck in it?
No, it's big enough where you wouldn't get stuck. But it's pretty cool looking. Anyways, so the regular room has the 2 bunk beds, a queen size bed, and then another pull-out bed. And this is what doesn't make sense to me, because if you look on the thing, like on their website, it's got the pricing guides for 2 guests per cabin, 3 guests per cabin, or 4 guests per cabin. But it can sleep 5, so why wouldn't they have a thing on there for 5 guests per cabin?
I don't know, Ryan.
Unless they don't
do that, but
if you're a family of 5, I'm sorry, you can't bring one.
But but the funny thing is, in the suite, I watched the video on that. I think they only had 4 beds in the suite, but in the standard room they had 5 beds. Well, they had 4 beds, but one was a queen size, so 2 people could sleep on it. There's my dog.
I'm sure they're working it all out, Ryan.
No, I'm just wondering, like, basically what I'm wondering is, can you only have 4 guests per room? That's my question.
I mean, they'd have.
And if you're a family of 5, somebody's got to stay at home.
Yeah. Too bad.
That's how it is.
You're rich enough to have a nanny, apparently, if you can take all 4 of your family members.
That's true. The coolest thing about the room, besides, the toilet, because the space toilet, I mean, it's just a toilet, is that you have your own personal droid on the intercom.
Mm-hmm. Who watches you while you sleep.
No, she makes sure she tells you, we do not watch you. We can just hear you.
Yeah.
So we can hear you while you do stuff in your room.
Yeah.
Let's see what room 402 is saying. They just said they hated this.
This is way too expensive.
Hurry, send something to the room for free.
Yeah. I thought that thing was pretty cool, though.
Oh, it is. It's very cool.
It really, it understands what you're saying and replies to things that you're saying. I mean, it's yes and no questions, so it's kind of easy, but it's pretty cool.
Now, they did say when they were showing the media people and the influencer people that this is a testing thing, and it may not be available on every voyage.
Of course.
So if you see all this and you pay all this money and you get there and you're like, I want to talk to the droid in my room, and they're like, oh, sorry, droid's offline right now. I mean, that's gonna stink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's either do it or don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the whole thing, right? And we can get to the cost later or whatever, but it's the whole experience, all these things they're trying to do, and that's where to me, like when you talk about is it worth it, it's all of the things that they are showing us, at least on these media events, that make it like, man, it's stuff going all the time. There's things every little corner and everything,
They got the space window. I haven't seen anybody really focus on the space window.
Oh, I've seen some videos of the
space. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen that many, but I did see someone like, oh, you could put the window down. You could hit a button and the window comes down. But it's like, it makes a loud beeping noise when you do it.
Well,
like, as it comes down, it's like if you're in the middle of the night, like, oh, just light it. Oh, jeez.
Well,
what happened?
It's like you shut it for when you go to bed if you want to, and then all the lights turn off on it. Mm-hmm. Then your room could be completely dark. But if I'm paying that much money, I want to wake up the space. I want to wake up looking out my space window, and I'll be like, "Hold on, I gotta press the button." In the morning, like, oh, that'll wake you up. It's pretty cool though, because it changes with the trip. Yeah. So it's not just a static scene wherever you're flying, and your TV has a map. Think of where you're going, the map and everything.
It's like a cruise,
The TV is funny though, because it's like, let's see what's on the TV. And it's like, oh, look, we can, watch The Simpsons and stuff.
Yeah. Basically Disney Plus.
Yeah. That's pretty fun.
Did you see that there's fireworks though?
Yes.
There were some comments though of people saying like, how would that work in space? If you're in space
drones.
and there's fireworks, they wouldn't do like that. No.
And they also make sound.
Yeah.
Those are exploding.
That's just to the speakers. They pump in the sound.
They just make fake sound.
And the actual fireworks,
someone in the background, boom,
are holograms projected on the windshield. It's Disney. I mean, you're in space with a green alien that talks a weird language. It's not supposed to make sense.
It's just funny.
Yeah. But it's sort of like, I think it is Disney, and everything they do have fireworks, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then at the end of most of the Star Wars movies, after they've defeated the enemy, they have big fireworks going off on the planets. So I don't know.
They should just done indoor fireworks. Just start blowing stuff up inside. What they should.
You have to be careful when you do fireworks on indoor though, because there's a lot of trees.
That's
true. It's true.
Oh, you meant inside fireworks.
Yeah, inside. Yeah.
You said indoor fireworks.
Indoor fireworks. I should have done indoor fireworks. Blowing up.
It's like Catron's the funny one.
Cool. Zing.
Zing. And outside in the hallway, there's a big panel thing that you go over and you press the buttons and it says access denied and all this stuff for certain things. And then if you scan your magic band on it, and then open the things. This is the thing I sort of don't like about it. You have to have your phone with you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
data pad.
Your data pad, and they'll provide you one if you don't have one to make sure you have one all the time.
Yeah.
If you scan that thing and it says denied, and then you'll get a secret message telling you, okay, here's the code to get into that. And then you get into that, and then it tells you, okay, here's a secret location, or here's this, or go to the engineer room, and you can break into the engineer room, or all this stuff. So there's little things like this all over the ship, which is pretty cool.
It is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically like a big escape room, 2-day escape room, plus live theater, interactive theater, and some Broadway thrown in.
And this is why I don't want to go.
Because you don't like talking to people. We know.
Well, I mean, to me, it's like for 2 days, I'm living inside a high school stage play.
No, it's like a big escape room.
No, it's like, no.
The actors are really, I thought the actors did a great job.
I don't know how to interact with people like that. When we go to Disney and stuff, like when we go on the cruise, like they'll have for dinner, like Tiana will come around and she'll talk to you. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say to you. You're acting like a character from a movie and I know you're not. And I feel weird going like, hey, how'd you like being a frog? That was fun, right?
Called acting.
Like yeah, and you think I'd be into that, but I just feel awkward, and it's like social anxiety. Just like
what happened to you when you were younger in drama that caused this? Because you were in drama. Chris was in drama, and in plays and everything for
that's
majority of his high school career.
That's different. Like I don't know.
How's that different?
Like this is so you have like even when you're older, you'll have dreams like, oh, I didn't study for a test or whatever. If you're in theater, you have dreams like, oh, I'm suddenly in a play and I don't know my lines. And what am I doing? That's what it feels
improv.
Like. It's like I'm going into, and I've done improv before, and it's fun. But this is different for some reason for me, and I just don't feel comfortable. And it feels like, okay, 48 hours of feeling uncomfortable and having to run to place to place to place.
Oh, it sounds so much fun to me. Which is funny. You think it would be the other way around with us.
You would think. And to me, if it's like, if I'm going to Disney, I want to go to Disney. And if I'm going to go on a cruise, I want to go on a cruise. And both those, like, I want to go do what I want to do when I want to do it, and not have to be like, okay, you have to be here at this time, otherwise you're not going to be able to do it, or you got to be here at this time, you're going to miss that. And that's what gets me.
It's only 2 days,
especially for the price.
Yeah. It's only 2 days, so you have to get rushed around. So you're part of the store, and you're just constantly doing all this stuff, which is cool. But it would be neat if it were spread out a little bit longer, and you could kind of have a little more freedom. Now, it's what we saw. Most of what we've seen so far is from the media day, where it was like you've got to go bump, 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 bump. So I imagine there's a little more freedom when you're staying there.
They're saying you can do as little or as much as you want to.
Sure, yeah.
If you want to go to the Sublight Lounge and drink all day and play sabacc, you can.
Yeah, I don't drink, and then they've got like a line dancing thing you can go do, and I'm just like,
you play bingo though. They have bingo.
Yeah, bingo, but you're winning money.
Winning galactic credits
that you can't use.
Oh, you can use them.
I don't know. I mean, it's just for me personally. Like I'm very introvert. And
I am too, but
it seems like something that I would be very uncomfortable at.
I'm an introvert, but for me, this feels like an escape where I could be somebody else for 2 days in something that and again, I'm the huge Star Wars fan. So for me, you mean I could live Star Wars for 2 days and be whoever I want to in Star Wars? Because you can pick, that's another thing. You can pick between 4 things. You can be a Jedi, you could be Resistance, you could be the First Order, or you could be a Underworld. You could go that route. So those are the 4 routes you can go. So you could be like, oh, I could be a Jedi for 2 days and get sent on missions as a Jedi and dress as a Jedi and talk to aliens. As a Star Wars lover, yes. As someone who likes Star Wars, but it's not like, they don't have rooms like mine, it's probably not for them,
Yeah, and I like Star Wars a lot.
Love it?
But
do you live and breathe it? There was a lady on one.
I got a Mandalorian ring.
I got a
lightsaber. Boba Fett hat.
What? You're just.
I got a lightsaber.
You're just trying to. Trying.
You call me a poser?
Yeah, he's a poser. No, if it was a Marvel, if it was Marvel themed or Harry Potter themed, if you could go live
Batman world
in Batman world for 2 days, would you do it?
If it looked like this, probably not.
Well, it wouldn't look like this because this is like space. If you were like in the Batcave or Wayne Manor for 2 days,
I don't feel like
Alfred was there.
Look like the Batcave. If did like I mean to me it doesn't like. To me, it doesn't feel like Star Wars looking at it. Like it feels more like Star Trek.
It's Disney Star Wars, and I think that's what's got people messed up because the Star Wars that we grew up with was George Lucas Star Wars, and yes, I would prefer that 100%. But this is Disney Star Wars,
and to me, I think what it really comes down to me is the price because what you're doing doesn't seem worth it. It's like, oh, go in here and play like an arcade game that like something that could have been made like 20 years ago, or go in here, you can learn some line dancing, or go in here, play a card game, and go in here, try and lead Chewbacca down a hallway so no one sees him. It's just like that's not worth it for me.
Again,
I don't want to pay that.
We're judging it on media day and influencer day.
Oh, and I'm sure being there, being immersed in it, it's probably pretty cool. But just like what you're getting versus what you're paying, for me,
I don't think it's worth it for one person to go by themselves. But if you have a group of 4 friends. I just had somebody tell me and it goes by dates during the year. So if you went in September, it would be $1,500 a person. Which yes, it's expensive. But I've seen somebody break down the price, and for Disney prices, not for regular people prices, yes, it's expensive. For Disney prices, it's actually not that bad. For Disney prices. Now for a one person going, no, that's just crazy. $6,000 for one person to go. Like if you're like me and don't have anybody to go with, I couldn't go for $6,000. But if I had a group of 4 people going, I could probably at some point make that happen. Does that make sense? And I think I would come out of it being a huge Star Wars fan going, had a really good time. I'm glad I spent that money. Now, if I spent $6,000 and I came out of it like it is what I've seen, I'd probably be like, yeah, that was too much money. I didn't have $6 worth of fun. But I think knowing Star Wars and loving Star Wars, I think I could have $1,500 worth of fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I could. Because I have fun.
I'm sure you could. I just don't know.
I have a blast just going to Batuu, to Galaxy's Edge, which you haven't been. You don't know. Just going there, I have a blast. So basically, this is like Galaxy's Edge 2.0. This is what Galaxy's Edge was supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, and much. they kind of tested some of this with Rise of the Resistance too, right? Because you have the whole storyline you're part of, and people are yelling at you and interacting with you, and like, come on, let's do this, and you it's this big story. So that was their test to see how it would, and it did well, right? So they said, let's do it. So it definitely is cool. Like they're what I saw, I thought was pretty cool, and like as much as I don't like the idea of looking at my phone the whole time and having to do these things, like that sounds pretty cool that you can unlock codes and do these things around there and interact with it. Because I mean, you try to think about like what would that look like in Star Wars, and there it might be like that you're it's like you're R2D2 in a way, because like a lot of things that he did, he had to use this interface to unlock a door or get information. It's like that's just your interface, just think of yourself as R2D2 going through there, so
and they do have a cool droid on there that does stuff. So that's cool. I think the one thing that would completely redeem the using your Disney Play app for me is if that every mission that you go on your Disney Play app ends with interacting with a person or a thing or getting something. But most of them don't. It's on your phone. It begins on your phone. It ends on your phone. So like if you went down to Batuu and every mission you got, it took you to some part of Batuu and you had to meet somebody and they gave you something.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Take back to the ship with you. They do that for one of the missions. If you go in Oga's and you show them this secret thing on your phone, they'll be like, oh, I got your stuff. And it is a coaster. It's a coaster. They give you a coaster that has a QR code on it. But the coasters are really cool there. I've got all of them on the wall somewhere. I don't know where they are. They're on a picture. And it's an exclusive coaster that only you could get if you do this mission.
Sure.
But I think that would redeem it. If you went and let's say you had to meet up with a scoundrel at the docking bay or something, and they gave you, here, take this package back to the ship with you, or whatever. Or here's a coin, a secret coin or something.
That's a coin.
That's a coin. But if you go in the Falcon, Hondo comes on the screen because he always talks to you on the screen, and he's like, "Oh, I see you're from that fancy Starcruiser." So they have a special message they play for the people that are on the Starcruiser, which is pretty cool. Yeah. It's cool. I don't. It looks cool.
It's not for everyone.
No, not at all.
I totally get that. There are people that really want to go to it. To me, it felt very underwhelming. And I wish like they had done the inside differently somehow to make it feel more like a cruise ship. Like on a cruise ship, you can go on the upper deck and be out in the open. I mean, you can't technically do it in space, but they could have.
They do have a room,
an area.
Bubble area or something.
They have an outdoor
that has
area.
Space all around you.
No, it's like a. It's called a.
No.
simulator.
No. That's
it's cool though
that's not what I'm
because
talking.
you could do like
I'm not
force
talking
training
about
stuff out there.
A room that just has there's the actual sky.
Yeah.
That's simulated, like.
Well, they do. I mean, I guess
the rock room.
I guess
the outdoor rock room.
Technically, the bridge is that room because the whole bridge is outdoors. You can see
about an area where like almost like 360 around.
Yeah,
you,
like a
what do they see?
A planetarium kind of thing.
Yeah, like a planetarium, basically. Yeah, I feel like they could easily have done something like that.
Yeah. Well, they could,
but they didn't.
You forgot who's in charge.
Yeah, I know they did. They did.
Mr. Paycheck. Mr. Paycheck.
Made me laugh.
Well, you know why they have that.
Well, so people go out there and smoke.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it was just like, yes, come out here and relax by stacking rocks.
Stacking rocks. So that was one of the weirdest things, though, where the girl, like, she's able to move the rocks, you know, and the actor out there has this like long conversation with her. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I know. That's the awkwardness.
Well, they're playing
it's
it
like
up for the
I'm in an episode of The Office.
That was a little weird.
I thought the moving rocks was a little nice touch that they didn't have to have out there, but they did it.
It's something to wait while the other group is in the other room finishing up what you're doing.
The only thing that happens out there is the moving rock. It's
a place to smoke or get fresh air.
That big of a space, like it's a very small space.
I'm telling you, it's just a smoking area. That's all it is.
I know that's what it is.
I don't know that it is a smoking area. I mean
maybe
they really smoke.
Or it's a place where people can go so they don't feel claustrophobic.
Right. It's a chance to be outside because you're inside so much. I mean, it's
still a little claustrophobic because it's small and you just look up. And I don't know. It was a weird little
fresh
room
air
that I didn't understand.
I bet they were required to have that by law.
They probably were. But I mean, they could have.
Space law.
Space law.
I did think
we
didn't talk. Yeah. We didn't talk about in the rooms. The emergency exits are pretty sweet, like the real life emergency exits. Did you see the video with those?
Mm-mm.
So basically, when you're looking at the space screen or your window, it's either to the left or the right. There's a secret door, and they show it to you. You open it up, and it's like a space lock, like a airlock thing. You open it up, and there's a little room, and then there's another door that you open up. And it'll basically, if there's like a real life emergency, you can exit from there. But it was cool because they're like, here you go. You open up like an airlock and you walk in, and then you open the other door and you can leave the hotel or the Starcruiser, whatever. That's sort of a neat little touch. I did hear the bunk beds will fit somebody my size, like a 6 foot tall or 6'2" or 6'3".
That's one thing I thought about too. Is like I think I'd rather sleep in one of those in the bed. You know,
yeah,
be like the full of it. But then it's like, okay, so thinking about like if two guys went,
yeah,
or even 4, it's like two people are sharing the bed and the other 2 are in the bunk beds.
I bet that's why they have the extra bed. Yeah, because if you have 4 people, you have 2 in the bunk bed, 1 on the regular bed, and 1 on the fold down bed. And there's your 4 people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like you. I'd want to sleep in that bunk bed.
Yeah.
I'd be like, give me the top bunk.
Give me the full experience, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you
want to be like Chewie.
You don't want the bottom bunk.
No, I want the top bunk.
If someone wets the bed up top, it's just going to come straight down. You don't want that. Trust me, I know.
I'm hoping one day. Vance says it'd be with the $1,500, it'd be like $33 an hour. That's not bad. I hope one day I get to go because I think I would have fun. And if I go, I'm going all out. Now, one thing when I was watching the videos, this is gonna sound like I'm a horrible person. Watching the videos with kids running around. I was like, I don't want those kids there. Those kids are annoying. I want to live my Star Wars life.
I was thinking, actually, if I had kids, then maybe I would go to this. Because I feel like
I would love to take my kids,
that would be
but I don't want all these random kids running around.
Like, to me, it seems like it's geared more towards kids.
Like, I want to talk to Chewie. I want some kid to talk to Chewie.
Chewie's mine. Push the little kid out of the way.
So there was one little scene where these kids are talking to Ray, and she's like, "We gotta hide this, and we gotta hide." And the girl was like, "Well, I mean, it's gonna be hard to hide you because you look like Ray, and you have a British accent." And the actress was like, "What? British accent?" She's like, "You talk like a British person." Yeah. Now, the thing that I thought was most ridiculous that I've seen so far is the lightsaber. The quote unquote real life lightsaber that Ray comes out with. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought, who scripted that? Because basically, she comes out, she ignites the lightsaber that comes up by itself. Then she bends over and picks up another lightsaber and puts that one down.
Yeah, it's like the choreography on that. Like they need to work that out because that was just ridiculous. And it was even more ridiculous because the videos I saw where it comes up and like everyone cheers.
Yeah.
And then she sets it down, and you can just like feel like just the energy just like, sucked out of the room. Like, oh.
So supposedly, this is just a rumor. I have not confirmed this with anyone that works at Disney. There's supposed to be a blaster shot that is fired at her, and that's why she ducks. And there's supposed to be effects. She goes, there's, she ducks, and then she comes back up. Yeah, well, that wasn't there. She just ducks down, and clearly you can see her change out the lightsabers.
Yeah.
And there's the ceiling's collapsing to the right of you. So I guess they thought, people will look to the right, and she'll bend over and pick it. I mean, all they had to do there was like, she could duck behind something and switch it. Not rocket science.
I feel like it could have been. It could have been done a lot better.
Oh yeah. Wait. The moving walkway thing. I don't know if you saw that. That was cool. When she gets the horse pulled. That was cool.
I did. Like her. Those look weird.
Well, I mean, it's a moving walkway. What do you expect? I thought that was very cool. And their fight scenes were pretty good. They had the blaster fire that would sort of spark off of things, which was sort of cool. Chewie had his bowcaster, which I thought was cool because they haven't had that. That was cool to see with his bowcaster.
The thing during all of that I watched that made it cringy to me was the workers around you, like going, "Yeah, Ray, you got this," and like stuff like that. It's just like, oh, really? Oh, you don't have to cheer. It's fine.
Yeah,
I can just watch this. You don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's media day, so yeah. Single smoke effect from a burst pipe would work. Yeah, Vance, that would work. Yeah. Vance wants to go too. See, Vance, I want to go too. He said I could never take my family; they'd be miserable and ruin the fun.
So you can't take me; I'd be miserable.
I know. I'm not taking you. Yeah, you'd sit in your room and watch Simpsons all day.
Maybe.
I saw a family that went that the mom or whoever had this shirt on that says, "Please be kind. I'm a Star Wars virgin." I guess she didn't know anything about Star Wars.
And the food, the food, we haven't talked about the food that they had.
Yeah, most of it I wouldn't eat.
That was my thing looking at it. It looks like it's all like really pre-prepared.
Well,
there's a lot of stuff like even on a cruise that they're able to take stuff off because it seems to be made right then, but these are so like molded into certain shapes and various things. Like, they've had to like pre-prepare a lot of this, where like if something has cheese on it, like they couldn't take the cheese off or stuff like that. And I know typically, like, Disney is really good about like I can't eat this, and so whatever. But it seems like for this, and someone said it on one of the things, like, and if you have like allergies or whatever, they have a separate menu, and usually the separate menu is like, oh, here's roasted chicken and roasted vegetables that are okay that you would get in a park.
Well, one of the videos I watched, the guy didn't like seafood, and it wasn't an allergy. He goes, I just don't like seafood. I hate it. So they substituted. Me too. Yeah, that shrimp looks disgusting. Yeah. They gave him another steak. Like they gave him what he wanted. They're like, okay, what do you want? He's like, I'll take a steak. Okay, we'll bring you a steak. No problem. Or I want this. No problem. We'll bring you that. Or you want more of this? Yeah. So I think they'll accommodate. And if you do have like allergies, yeah, you may get some stuff. Like somebody got, they didn't want something, and they offered them some different things, and they go, well, I'm going to try the vegetarian option. And they got it, and they're like, it's okay. It's a vegetarian option. But that's good to know. Like, I don't eat seafood, so I could be like, can I just have steak? And they'd be like, yeah, you can have steak. No problem. Can I have steak the whole time, every meal? But the food looked interesting. It looked, I thought the grilled cheese looked fun. Like a bubble bread thing. Even the peanut butter and jelly looked cool. It looked like that bread that Ray eats on The Force Awakens, but had peanut butter and jelly inside of it.
The muffin?
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, that weird muffin thing.
But the shrimp, I would.
Yeah, I like shrimp.
I don't either. I don't like seafood, so I wouldn't eat the seafood, and I wouldn't eat the chicken because I don't really eat chicken anymore because maybe I'm allergic to it. I don't know. It started making me really sick. So I'd be like, just bring me the steak, all the steak and the grilled cheese, and desserts, and I'm happy.
And that was, another little thing. I have a sensitive stomach, and like with all these scheduled things that you have to do at certain times, something happens.
Just don't eat.
Can't make those times, then you're gonna miss stuff, and that would be a problem for me.
It's called space diapers.
Space diapers.
What I'm gonna wear. Wear my space diapers. But yeah, they also have snacks that you can get anytime you want to.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
Like Rice Krispie treats and cookies and chips and goldfish for some reason.
Constantly get those to get your money's worth.
Oh, yeah. I would be getting like tons of them. I'd be filling up my suitcase with them. Like, I think I'll take 120 of these. Thank you. And then the Starlight Lounge is like the bar area that's open like late. I think it's open like 1 or 2 in the morning. You can get, I think the alcoholic beverages you have to pay for, but all the food, like the appetizers and stuff, are included in there. So you can go in there and be like, oh, I want this food and I want this food. And they're like, sure.
Yeah, I don't drink, but I feel like for the price that you're paying, they could at least give you like one drink a day.
Now, you do get all the blue and green milk that you can drink.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, no, gosh, no.
You haven't even tried it.
Because they're having to give it away. Like, no one wants it.
You got it. When you go, you have to at least try it.
I don't think I'm going to like it.
You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. But I tried it. I didn't buy it. Somebody else bought one, and I'm like, this was before COVID, and I'm like, I'll try it.
Yeah, when we go, we'll probably try it because it's dairy free.
It's dairy free, yeah.
But
I've heard that if you get the blue and the green and mix them together, it's better.
Oh.
But I've heard most people like the blue over the green.
Right.
But if you mix them together,
coconut or something.
You put the lime and the coconut, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like coconut
together.
Now, I tried the blue milk and it didn't taste coconutty. It tasted weird.
Vile?
Blueberry?
No, it didn't taste blue. Maybe like the milk. Maybe after you eat a bowl of cereal, the sugary
tasted plaid
stuff that left over, maybe. But it left like a film in your mouth.
Oh. My thing was I didn't want to spend $7 on it.
Oh, I didn't. I just took a sip of somebody else's.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. That's why I didn't try it. I mean, because none of us were interested in paying for it that time.
Now, the drinks in Oga's, because I don't drink alcohol, but I'm a child.
Those are good.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Like really good.
That fuzzy tauntaun, man. It's so weird.
No, that's an alcoholic one. So
It's me under the table.
The carbon freeze is really good, and the Java Juice is really good.
Yeah, those are expensive.
Of course, the
$15 a pop.
No,
it was like 12.
Yeah, it was somewhere. The
oh, it's $3 cheaper.
10 maybe. And of course, you've had the what's it called? The Porg one.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, so that one's good.
Oh, the Cliff Dweller.
Cliff Dweller,
yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to learn how to make it, go to our past episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. With with Hal Bowers?
Yeah.
Hal Bowers.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed the coverage. I watched Ordinary Adventures, all of theirs, and it was really fun. And I've watched some other here and there. And it looked like they had a blast. Hopefully I think, a lot of that was probably like, yes, it was wonderful. I love it all. Don't shoot me, Disney.
I will say that, you said if you're a big Star Wars fan, you'll enjoy it, right? Ray Chase, big Star Wars fan. Kind of had the same feeling that I do.
But he hasn't been there. He may change his mind if he's gone.
He watched the videos. It's like, oh, no, I don't have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, there were a lot of people that saw that one promotional video that they put out and they canceled it. And some of it was they just decided they didn't have enough money or didn't have people to go or whatever, so they had to cancel. Mm-hmm. But now they sold out again. Like all of their the dates that they had previously gotten refunds on, they sold out again because of these videos, I'm sure.
I'm looking forward to see.
It renewed my interest in it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see videos and stuff from people that paid for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See how that goes.
Within the next week, we'll really see some different
regular
things.
people.
Yeah. And like what it looks like in a regular day and not just a 4-hour span or whatever, whatever it is. Because it's not going to be as intense. Yeah. In some ways, but
I'm hopefully I get to go. I've already decided that, I sort of want to do the underworld route and see what that does. Because I haven't seen anything really about. Most people do like the First Order or the Resistance.
When you're sneaking up behind people, like cracking their neck and then pulling them into like a janitor's room.
And then when people are like, "You can't do that," I'm like, "It's Star Wars. I can do what I want."
I paid money.
Yeah.
You're next.
I've already decided that it would be fun to yell at the lieutenant guy and see what he would do. Like, do you pledge yourself to the First Order? You know how many family members I lost during the attack by the Starkiller base? I will never join you.
I'm waiting to hear news of someone going overboard with really getting into it.
Yeah.
Too much.
I want
to be tackled.
Like I want him to take me to the brig. I like him Troopers, take him to the brig. And there's a secret escape hatch in the bridge, in the brig, that you could crawl through, which is sort of cool. Spoiler. But I hope people get into it like that. I hope it's not just like it doesn't become where it's all these people in Mickey Mouse shirts just going, let's get a selfie. Let's take a picture.
If you're gonna spend that money, you're probably gonna get in.
Unless you're just like Richie Rich,
Yeah. I mean, there's gonna be some of those, but I bet you the majority are gonna be these awkward nerds or ones that are gonna get into it, and they'll,
I prefer geek because I'm not that smart.
Well, there's a difference. An awkward nerd may not get into it, but a geek will get into it.
I've already started making my armor, so this is actually for Palooza, which is coming up in July. Get your tickets.
July 15th, 16th, and 17th.
It's one of my
Houston, Texas.
Nice death bill.
Yeah.
Oh, looks pretty good so far, right?
No, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. The other one, the paint messed up, and I had to resand it and everything. It's downstairs. I've got a whole box of armor over here that I'm working on. In my spare time.
You got your forge in the back?
Yeah. Make my Bubba Fett armor.
Fett?
As our mother calls him.
Bubba Fett.
Bubba Fett. She goes, I asked her.
Mullet hanging out the back?
I asked her, this is off subject, sort of. Yeah, mullet. I said, would you be able to, because she sews and makes costumes and stuff, we've talked about this before. Could you make the undergarment, like the
underwear, like my undergarment,
the soft parts that go under the armor that you attach the armor to? I showed her a picture. Yeah. And she's like, oh yeah, I can make that. And she goes, well, what are you gonna? Far downstairs, and she'll hear me. She goes, what are you gonna do about all the tattoos he has? And I was like, same look, Chris. Same look. I was like, what? You know, all the Boba Fett's tattoos. And I'm like, I don't think he has tattoos. Oh yeah, Boba Fett. And I'm like, oh, Boba Fett probably has tattoos. Yes.
You're also wearing an armor.
Big old eagle across your back.
Yeah. No, it's a Minoc. The big old Minoc across your back. Oh man. Anyways, so yeah, come to Palooza if you're in the Houston area, or not. Just fly on
in. Yeah, come on down.
Come on down. We'll have a fun old time. Anyways, all right. Well, I mean that covers the media influencer thing. I'm looking forward to seeing what Dano and Always Believe. Always Believe just got out of there. Dano's there now.
They just started posting some stuff tonight.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to what Jen Novotny will say about it. I think she'll be honest with this. So I'm looking forward. Dano I'd sent him one of my new crystals to gather a crystal. And he's supposedly going to take it on board with him. I hope he does. I said, could you just take it on board and take a picture on board?
It's kind of like when they took things to the moon, right? It was like, oh, this has been to the moon.
Yeah. Take a crystal on space.
This has been to pretend space.
This has been to the rock room.
Oh, poor rock room. I sort of like the rock room.
I didn't mind the rock room. Is the lady in there that just got way too serious about the Force?
She was immediately fired. It's okay.
No.
He's like sitting down.
Would it be funny
everybody else is like,
if the person, when she said, did you feel the Force? The person goes, hold on, let me think. And let out a big old teeth.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear the Force?
I did now.
I felt that.
I ate too much of that blue shrimp. Oh, all right. All right. Well, that's the Disney news day. All the stuff going on. You know, some of us liked it, some of us don't. I don't know. I mean, I was going to pay for Chris to go, but now I guess I'm not going to.
Not so much.
Save your money.
Wow. It's funny if Chris went, he'd probably have a good time, but he's just got to be Debbie Downer.
And I'm not trying to be a downer. I just feel like I am a very awkward person, and I feel like I would be very awkward there.
What's the difference between?
Just uncomfortable. I have my
You're not
own
paying money.
Yeah, I'm not paying them to feel awkward.
To make you feel awkward.
Do you think Universal will respond with something like this for like Harry Potter?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, they're building a new park.
So this is another test, right? To see how this goes.
Yeah.
And you know, we had an episode when more details came out about the Halcyon. We talked about what was, you know, some of the things. We're like, why didn't they just make a hotel that is Star Wars themed, like heavily, and just make it a hotel? It doesn't have to be this full experience or whatever, you know. And it would have done fine, you know. But it, like, what about the other ideas they could have, like a pirate themed, you know, really detailed pirate theme? But I mean, they could do this same sort of thing. It's like you're getting on a pirate ship, and you're living
Marvel.
the pirate life for me, and all these
scurvy.
Yeah, I mean they've
got Marvel.
Opens up the doors for more
Marvel.
things like this. Marvel and
Frozen,
Moana, I guess.
Kanto, the house is
Cauldron.
alive.
Red Bear, whatever the Turning Red.
Anyways, All right, what's going on next week? Next week we may be on a different day, right? Yes, because I'm off next Thursday. I'll be going to see. I'll be in the room where it happens, I guess, as the kids say in history. We're going to see Hamilton. It's going to.
Like, what is happening? Where it happens?
Watch Hamilton.
The room where it happens.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. I don't have to go see it.
My wife bought me tickets for Christmas.
Yeah,
we're going to see Hamilton.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
I like musicals, unlike Chris. It doesn't.
I liked part of Hamilton. Oh, Encanto.
Anyways, so Sunday. Oh, I loved Encanto. Sunday, I'm going to go watch wrestling, AEW Revolution, at the movie theater, because it's like if you get it at home, it's like $50 or $60. If you go to the movie theater, you can watch it for like $20. No. So, like a movie theater price. So I'm going to go watch that, which is going to be fun. And then
I'm going to go see the Batman Saturday.
I may go see the Batman movie that day too, because my wife's been gone for a week, and I said Sunday I'm going to watch wrestling. She goes, "You should just take the day for yourself." And I'm like, "Oh,
there you go.
Maybe I'll go see Batman too." I want to see Uncharted too. There's so much I want to see. All the movies are coming out and coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll see all three.
Uncharted looks fun.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, and then the rodeo's happening. So I think our mom and my wife are going to the rodeo on Tuesday. To see some country singer that I don't want to see.
You're just gonna run away with the rodeo cowboy. What happens?
Maybe. I don't know. Cowboy, take me away.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you for joining us on I Am Geek, I Am Disney, I Am Star Wars, all the much together this week. I enjoyed talking the news with you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves. Hopefully everybody watching and listening enjoyed it and had fun. And we'll be back next week sometime for something new, something fun, and of course something. Say it, Catherine.
Geeky.
See you next time on I Am